if you could, for the first time, just tell me what is the word you're thinking of, please?
This is going to be interesting. Helicopter.
I'm here with Jamie Raven, who made Simon Cowell believe
that magic must be real.
He's a professional magician who's been in the finals of Britain's Got Talent and performed for the King of Britain. Now, what inspired you to become a professional magician?
So I was very lucky, but when I started learning magic, I had no interest in doing it for a job. I didn't know you could do it for a job. We used to go on holiday to Spain as a family every summer. So I was born in England, in London, and then I had my first 16 birthdays in Spain. And my dad's friend who were out there did some card tricks. He did card tricks and he did tricks with like matchsticks and stuff. I remember watching him and I'd always ask him how he did them and he'd never tell me, like never ever ever tell me. And then when I got back to England, I was interested and I started learning a few tricks and a few books. And then as a family we went to India. We were very lucky, we travelled a bit. And when we were in a restaurant there, a magician came over, did his act, did his tricks. And then afterwards he took me and my brother and the kids away and he taught us some of the tricks. So that was, I must have been what, 10, 11, 12. And I remember that night I learned 3 tricks and I'm 40 now and I know like 6 tricks now. So I'm not a quick learner, but you know, I practice, I like to perfect them. And that was it, I was hooked. Like I had the sort of the magic bug and I didn't know you could get paid to do it, do shows or anything. And then I was at university and a friend of mine, his brother ran a company that did events and they booked someone to come and do magic tricks at a party and they didn't turn up. And then he called my friend and said, oh, you've got a friend who does tricks, could he come and do it? I was like, yeah, no problem. So I turned up and did this thing. I just walked around and did some tricks. And that was it, and that was my first experience of doing it. And then when I finished my university, I went home and I got put in touch with another agent and they said, yeah, we'd like to book you to do these things. So I used to go around like restaurants like this and I'd do card tricks. And then one day, I was booked at a show in Dublin, in Ireland, and they had a comedian who they booked who didn't turn up. And they said, well, can you do a show that everybody watches? And I said, yeah, I do it all the time. I'd never done it, not once, ever. But I went on and I did it and it went really well. And a guy came up to me and said, oh, hello, I run this other company. You were fantastic, we've never seen anything like it before. And I thought, me neither. So I just made it up, literally just made it up. And they ran an even bigger events company and I started working for them. And then they had a contact that worked in television and that they would then start doing a program called Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent and I was asked to go on that, which I did. I was very lucky. So by this point, maybe we're 10 years down the line, I was doing it for a living, but I'd never planned it, it just sort of happened, like things were offered. And then when I did the Britain's Got Talent thing, that sort of changed everything. So I started doing shows in theatres and other bits on television and then things like this. So in terms of inspiration, the magicians I loved when I was growing up are people like a guy called Matt King, if you ever look him up, or David Williamson or Michael Finney. They're magicians, but they're comedians, but they're really, really funny, but their magic's also really great, because I like to laugh and I really like magic, but also a little bit of secretive. If you want to trick people, which I don't like the word trick, but if you want your tricks to work, you need the audience to not really know what you're doing. Their attention has to be somewhere else. And the easiest way to keep people's attention away is to make them laugh. Because if people are laughing, they're relaxed. So my friend said, if you tell lots of jokes in your shows, they're relaxed, they don't pay attention. So in my shows, I tell jokes because I'm usually doing something that I don't want people to see, so there's sort of a method to the madness. But yeah, say those 3, Matt King, Michael Finney, and David Williamson. And then I would say now, my inspiration now is Pete Matthews, because if I don't keep practicing my magic, I'm going to have to give it up and I'm going to have to take up juggling. And I went to his workshop earlier and he taught me today 3 balls, 2 minutes, incredible, incredible. But he's my favourite entertainer to watch because he does things the same way I do. It's jokes, comedy and entertainment. And yeah, Pete Matthews, my favourite.
My favourite is Jamie Raven.
Cheers, so that's it, I hope that helped. Keep up, Anna. And I look forward to coming and seeing your show one day. Your show. Bye, guys.